All right, in Palm Beach, Florida, Donald Trump asked a number of questions about Jeffrey Epstein, and you can see that his brain is completely turned to mush. It's rotten mayonnaise. I don't know if it's even the real mayo with the egg. It might be one that they don't even use egg. It's just canola oil. Can you imagine something more pathetic? It's not even real mayo up there in his brain. He can't stay on track. And Trump upset that he is still being asked questions about Epstein. Well, I hate to tell you, now that you're showing up in the flight logs, there are going to be a lot of questions, sir.
Like, for instance, today we're building the biggest ships in the world, most powerful ships in the world, and they're asking me questions about Jeffrey Epstein. I thought that was finished. I believe they gave over 100,000 pages of documents.
He does not want to talk about this anymore. Trump would rather never hear the name Jeffrey Epstein again, but I've got news for him. We're getting the documents slowly but surely. There's also news that some of the redactions were done in such an unsophisticated way that you can just copy paste the text into Word and the unredacted text comes up. So we are going to learn a lot here. Trump tries to minimize the entire thing just by going, everybody was friends with this guy. But was everybody flying alone with him on his private plane, as we have now learned that Donald Trump did?
Thank you, Mr. President. Were you surprised by the number of photos of Bill Clinton in the Epstein files? And can you commit to their...
By the way, notice that this is a total, softball for Trump. Bill Clinton's in the pictures.
By what?
And were you surprised by the number of photos of Bill Clinton in the Epstein files? And can you commit to their full release by the end of the year? Some of the victims were protesting that too many of them were redacted.
I know there are a lot of people that are angry about all of the pictures of other people, but I think it's terrible. Look, I like Bill Clinton. I've always gotten along with Bill Clinton. I've been nice to him. He's been nice to me. We've always gotten along. Respect him.
Right.
I hate to see photos come out of him, but this is what the Democrats, mostly Democrats, and a couple of bad Republicans are asking for. So they're giving their photos of me, too. Everybody was friendly with this guy, either friendly or not friendly, but he was around. He was all over Palm Beach and other places. The head of Harvard was his best friend, Larry Summers. And Bill Clinton was a friend of his, but everybody was. I actually threw him out of Mar-a-Lago. And as a person that was in Mar-a-Lago, I threw him out. This is Mar-a-Lago. It's the hottest place I think it's the hottest place in the world, but it's the hottest place in Florida. And
All right. Anyway, I'm not going to keep subjecting you indefinitely to this, but the point is Trump's rambling. He doesn't like any of this. And notice, by the way, that Trump is now angry about some of the stuff coming out, but he signed the bill into law. Like it's all completely mush in his brain and conflicting motivations and explanations. And Trump even saying there are pictures coming out that don't really have anything to do with Epstein. It's just people who were like at a party, and you're ruining the reputations of people. And I think Trump is sort of saying here that he's going to take people down with him. It's very cryptic the way Trump talks about this. You can tell he doesn't like it. You can tell he's furious, but I don't really know what he's getting at here.
A lot of people are very angry that pictures are being released of other people that really had nothing to do with Epstein, but they're in a picture with him because he was at a party. And you ruin a reputation of somebody. So a lot of people are very angry that this continues. A lot of Republicans are angry because of the fact that it's just used to deflect against a tremendous success.
I don't know really the point Trump's making, other than maybe he wishes the only discussions were about the quote, tremendous success that he's having. On Epstein Island questions, Trump says he never went there. I don't know if I believe that, because we now have flight records that Trump was on Epstein's plane just with Epstein. Trump was on Epstein's plane with only Epstein and a 20-year-old. Do we really believe that at no point Trump went to the island? I mean, maybe he didn't. Maybe he did. I just don't know.
Less than $2 in some states, $1.99, $1.97, $1.95 a gallon. $1.95. Think of that. A gallon. Nobody ever thought they'd see that. They don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about Epstein. And the problem is a lot of Democrats are being caught up in the web, like Larry Summers. Larry Summers was the head of Harvard. He's now been forced to resign from every board he's on, and he was thrown off the Harvard board. Now, he was
like
at
a dog.
Epstein's Island a lot. I wasn't. I never went there, by the way.
No.
But fortunately, it's nice. But I never went there. But a lot of people did go there.
Yeah. And then finally, Trump going back to this whole, I threw him out of Mar-a-Lago, which we've learned is not exactly what happened.
Everybody was. I actually threw him out of Mar-a-Lago. And as a person that was in Mar-a-Lago, I threw him out. This is Mar-a-Lago. It's the hottest place
Currently, this place in which we are, this is Mar-a-Lago.
Hottest place in the world, but it's the hottest place in Florida. And everybody would come here. He'd come here. We actually threw.
Now, of course, we've learned that Trump's recollection of this or retelling of it is very much untrue. Donald Trump argued that when he found out that Epstein was a creep, he threw him out of Mar-a-Lago. It turns out that that's not true. Trump allowed Epstein to remain a member of Mar-a-Lago long after it was revealed that he was a creep. Trump ultimately had a falling out with Epstein because it turned out that Epstein was stealing spa workers from Trump's Mar-a-Lago spa, young girls, to go and work for Epstein. And that's actually what pissed Trump off much later than he found out Epstein was a creep. So every single one of these stories has some spin on it to make it sound like Trump is this innocent victim here, when he very much appears certainly not to be innocent in the sense of he knew what Epstein was up to. Even if Trump didn't do anything himself, he absolutely knew what Epstein was up to and only had a problem when it started to annoy him, like, for example, taking young workers from his spa. Trump's brain turning to mush in real time, and he is desperate for this Epstein thing to go away. I don't think it's going away. A lot of people think identity theft is something that only happens when someone hacks into your account, but the truth is that it usually starts with your personal information being posted online by data brokers where anybody can find it. Our sponsor, Incogni, is a service that helps protect your privacy by forcing the data brokers to delete your information. This includes your name, address, phone number, even sensitive things like property records or your political affiliation. And now with their custom removals feature included in the unlimited plan, you're not limited to just the list of 250 plus brokers they work with by default. If you find any site exposing any of your private information, even one they've never seen before, you can send a link and Incogni's team will work to get that removed. This is serious protection for you and your family against identity theft, against fraud, doxing, harassment, and Incogni's data removal process is the only one independently verified by Deloitte. Get 60% off an annual plan when you visit incogni.com/Pakman and use the code Pakman. The link is in the description.